Jeffy's the most important person, most powerful person in the NFL.
We're going to keep that mic cut, I believe.
When that tweet got posted, there were people that thought Sardner was joking. But he wasn't. What is going on in Jackson?
Thank you.
They're trading for another wide receiver.
Jeffy's coming back to the set. I think you finally got to take a bathroom break. How you feeling, Adam? You good? I got you.
Do, right? The more you can do. They turned some of that draft capital into Quinn Williams and Logan Wilson.
Do you have something?
At the deadline.
At the deadline, literally.
At the deadline.
Get over here. Get over here.
Yeah, we have the Los Angeles Chargers trading for offensive lineman Trevor Penning.
That was a walk-off trade. I mean, just incredible work from Adam Schefter yesterday, absolutely crushing our trade deadline coverage. Big names on the move across the league. You're seeing some of them right there. And listen, we're putting him right back to work, as we always do here on NFL Live. Thanks for being with us, Adam. There is some breaking news in Houston. That's where we begin.
Laura, the Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans said that C.J. Stroud will be out Sunday due to the concussion that he suffered last week against the Denver Broncos on a vicious blow where his head hit the ground. Davis Mills will step in and start against the Jacksonville Jaguars in an AFC South battle on Sunday. It'll be up to Mills to try to keep the Texans' playoff hopes alive as C.J. Stroud takes more time off. Meanwhile, in Arizona, the Cardinals have placed their quarterback, Kyler Murray, on injured reserve due to the foot injury that he's dealing with. This has been a back and forth issue, and some people could see this coming. The Cardinals say Murray will have the chance to focus on rehabbing his foot injury, getting back as soon as possible, but it will not be any time before the next 4 games. And that means that Jacoby Brissett will continue to lead this offense going forward. He will be the starter. He will get an extended look. And that has huge ramifications on what this team might do in the future at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it's a good point. When I spoke to Kyler Murray on the field on Monday, he said his foot really was still bothering him. So, Adam, to your point there, IR gives him the time to heal. Let's get back to some of the news of yesterday. New on NFL Live, Colts head coach Shane Steichen on his newest addition, Sauce Gardner, who the team traded for yesterday.
My impression is, like you said, he's an unbelievable player. To get a bona fide number 1 corner in this league, like I said, it elevates everybody around us. And when you make moves like that, it's huge, right? It boosts the confidence of everybody, and our football team's in a good spot. And again, I keep this, my message to the guys is the same every day. We got to get better every day and focus on today and not worry about the future. But we got to get ready to go play Atlanta this week, and that's the message.
The Colts have been much improved defensively under coordinator Lou Anarumo, jumping from 24th in points allowed last season to 7th this season, while the team ranks 26th against the pass this season. That's partly due to volume, but also personnel. Sauce, a clear upgrade there, right? And we know these Colts are going all in as we welcome you into the show. Glad you're with us on this Wednesday. Dan Orlovsky, Andrew Hawkins, Field Yates, as always. Adam will be with us throughout the show. We also have a really exciting thing on wristbands and play calling coming your way later. But Dan, do you expect Sauce to make an impact for the Colts defense this week against the Vikings? That's his first chance.
I don't see this week being the impactful one. Here's the one. This is one of the most schematically diverse defenses in the NFL. If you watch some of the coverages, some of the coverages that they get into, it's pretty diverse. Okay, so that's going to take a lot of studying. I think the second thing is when you watch the secondary, communication's paramount. You know, the way that they pass coverages off, the way that they have to rotate, the way that they get in and out of things. So I think the biggest question is going to be, Sauce has spent the majority of his career, and certainly this season, at the line of scrimmage, just putting hands on people. That's not necessarily the style of football, especially on early downs, Indy plays. Does Indy lean into the strengths of Sauce? Does Indy try to get him off the ball a little bit more and play with vision? How they play him just as an individual cover guy is going to be really interesting early on. I think by the time that we get to December, we'll see really the impact he'll have on this defense.
I think he's going to follow. I think he's going to follow Drake. I think that's why you give up the compensation that you gave up for him, because it gives you that ability to have a corner you can match and take away the number 1.
You think he's going to shadow Drake London?
I think he is, and I think they would be smart to because of the way they're trying to utilize Drake London in their pass game, specifically in the red zone. So if you check this tape out, he had 3 touchdowns last week, all in the red zone. You'll see it here in the slot. He's going to motion inside. You're hoping that corner plays over top. They don't. They switch it off. So now you have press on a flat route. It shouldn't work, but it doesn't matter because of who Drake London is and his catch radius. Touchdown. The very next play, you're going to have, now they're going to be in a bunch, which is going to make him number 3. He's going to have a wide fade that you're hoping that these act as pick routes on the 2 outside receivers and like a surge style play. Again, covered pretty well. With his catch radius, it doesn't matter. All he needs is a little bit of space, and he can go up and catch this football. Now, trips, they're going to motion down to a bunch. He out leverages the corner because he's playing heavy inside, plays it pretty well. It doesn't matter. Drake London and how they use him in the pass game is similar to how they want Bijan Robinson in the run game. So for Sauce, if I'm them, I'm saying, hey, it is your job to mitigate what they do with Drake London because clearly that's who their pass game runs through.
Ford Field jumps in. 1, the size. So the length of Sauce certainly impacts that. The flip side is if you're doing that, Drake lives where? Slot.
Yep.
Information for us as an offense. You're not bringing Sauce in there to play zone coverage. So that's the cat and mouse game because once you do that, I know what kind of coverage you're in.
Yeah, a reminder, this game 9:30 a.m. on Sunday, so things get started off with a really interesting one. Let's go bigger picture in Indy. Field, what does this move tell you about maybe some of their offseason priorities and just where they're going in general?
Yeah, they're confident the 7-2 start is legitimate. They're also confident that Daniel Jones is the quarterback that can take them to the Super Bowl and compete legitimately with the likes of the Chiefs and the Bills and the Ravens when it gets to January and maybe into February. I don't think anybody believes that Daniel Jones would not want to be a Colt beyond this offseason. But if he had any level of doubts and wanted to at least survey the market, he's got plenty of leverage now because the Colts have 2 very valuable resources that are no longer theirs. They belong to the Jets in the form of those 2 first-round picks. They are committed to this core, and that includes Daniel Jones, who I'm sure he would love to be in Indianapolis for a long time. But if they were ever planning on getting a discount, Daniel has the leverage to say basically, here's the price to keep me, or else I could go somewhere else.
I wonder if they go to him
Anthony
now.
Richardson, too,
They should.
by the way.
Right now, and by the way, this could be, we have seen this marriage work, by the way,
Don't get even more out of hand.
Right? I mean, it's a dice roll.
You showed your hand already, though.
Right. I wonder if they try to lock that up sooner rather than later.
Any danger it just goes downhill, though?
I don't think because of the supporting cast.
Yeah, he is surrounded well. All right, that's interesting, Dan. We're just getting started here on NFL Live. It's never too early for Jets fans to say next year's our year. Oh, man, Field tells us who Jets fans should be getting excited about, though, in the upcoming draft. They got a ton of draft capital, people. It's going to be good. Plus, often imitated, never duplicated, our Hawk is 1 of 1. But the latest Whiteout Wednesday has him seeing double. You don't want to miss it. That's next right here.
I got it because I know who it is. I know who it is.
Give it away.
I won't.
Right now, the Colts are obviously very successful, but they have struggled with third down. They are 29th in the NFL in third down defense. That means they can't get off the field. They need somebody that can play man-to-man against the opposing team's best receiver. Sauce Gardner could do it. They paid a big premium, but when your window to win is right now, it was worth it.
Okay, so Harry, where do you rank the Colts in terms of the best teams in the AFC right now?
All right, so Christine, I'm going to give you my top 5 teams in the AFC. Number 1, the Buffalo Bills. Coming off this weekend, they had a massive win versus the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 2, I do have the Indianapolis Colts. I love this move with Sauce Gardner, Chris Ballard. They're in the window of winning right now, so they made this trade, and I love everything about it. Number 3, I had the Denver Broncos. At number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then at number 5, I had the New England Patriots. What I love most about this move, though, you look at the secondary of the Indianapolis Colts. You have Sauce Gardner, Kenny Moore, Cam Bynum, and then when Shavarius Ward comes back, this might be one of the better ones in